First contact. The star-speckled void of space stretched endlessly before Captain Elena Rodriguez as she guided the U.S. Horizon, humanity's first faster-than-light capable vessel, through its maiden voyage. The ship's experimental Alcubierre drive hummed softly, bending space-time around them as they pushed beyond the boundaries of the solar system. Status report. Elena called out, her eyes fixed on the holographic display showing their trajectory. Dr. Amit Patel, the ship's chief scientist, responded from his station. All systems nominal, Captain. We're maintaining stable warp speed. And he paused, frowning at his console. Wait, I'm detecting an anomaly ahead. Elena leaned forward, her heart racing. Specifics, Dr. Patel. It's massive. And artificial. Amit's voice trembled with excitement. Captain, I think we've just encountered an alien structure. The bridge fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity had long speculated about the existence of extraterrestrial life, but now, barely a decade after achieving FTL travel, they were face to face with proof. Bring us out of warp, Elena ordered, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Tactical, full sensor sweep. Communications, broadcast our first contact protocols on all frequencies. As the horizon decelerated, a colossal structure came into view. It resembled a massive, gleaming snowflake, each crystalline arm stretching for kilometers. Lights pulsed along its surface, creating mesmerizing patterns that hinted at an intelligence far beyond human comprehension. Suddenly, a beam of light engulfed the horizon, and Elena felt a tingling sensation throughout her body. Before she could react, the bridge of her ship dissolved around her, reforming into a vast alien chamber. Elena found herself standing alongside her crew, facing a diverse assembly of beings. Some were vaguely humanoid, while others defied easy description. At the center stood a tall, willowy creature with iridescent skin and multifaceted eyes. The being spoke, its words translating directly into Elena's mind. Greetings, humans of Earth. I am Zixel, overseer of the Galactic Council. Your arrival was unexpected. Elena stepped forward, drawing upon years of diplomatic training. I am Captain Elena Rodriguez of the United Earth Alliance. We come in peace and friendship. Murmurs rippled through the assembled aliens. Zixal's multifaceted eyes blinked in rapid succession. Fascinating. You've achieved faster-than-light travel mere centuries after discovering electricity. Such rapid advancement is unprecedented. Another alien, a bulbous creature floating in a containment field, interjected. Overseer, surely you're not considering admitting these primitives to the Council. They're barely out of their gravity well. Elena bristled at the insult, but maintained her composure. With respect, we may be young as a spacefaring species, but humanity has much to offer. Our history is one of overcoming challenges and pushing boundaries. Zixal raised an appendage, silencing the chamber. Indeed, your arrival here is testament to that. However, Captain Rodriguez, you must understand our concern. Species that advance too quickly often lack the wisdom to wield their power responsibly. Dr. Patel stepped forward, his scientific curiosity overcoming his awe. If I may, Overseer, our rapid advancement stems from necessity. Earth is challenging. We've had to adapt quickly to survive. This piqued the interest of a serpentine alien near the front. Challenging. Elaborate. Human. Amit launched into an explanation of Earth's varied and often hostile environments, from scorching deserts to frozen tundras, from crushing ocean depths to oxygen-thin mountain peaks. He described natural disasters, rapidly changing climates, and the myriad of creatures humans had to compete with. As he spoke, Elena noticed a shift in the room. The initial dismissiveness was giving way to curiosity, and in some cases, grudging respect. Zixal listened intently before addressing the assembly. Esteemed members of the Council, it seems we have much to learn about our new neighbors. Captain Rodriguez, We invite you and your crew to remain as our guests while we deliberate on Earth's potential membership." Elena nodded, recognizing both the honor and the implicit test in the invitation. "We would be honored, Overseer." As the human crew was led away to guest quarters, Elena overheard snippets of conversation among the council members. "Did you hear? They split the atom before achieving global peace. Remarkable adaptability. But can they be trusted with advanced technology? Their planet sounds like a death trap. No wonder they're so resilient." Elena smiled to herself. Humanity had taken its first steps into a larger universe, and while challenges lay ahead, she was confident in her species' ability to rise to the occasion. After all, that's what humans did best. In the following days, the crew of the Horizon found themselves at the center of a whirlwind of diplomatic meetings, scientific exchanges, and cultural demonstrations. Elena marveled at the diversity of the galactic community, each species bringing unique perspectives and technologies to the table. Dr. Patel was in his element, eagerly absorbing new scientific concepts while sharing humanity's own discoveries. His enthusiasm was infectious, and soon even the most skeptical council members were engaged in lively discussions about human ingenuity. However, not all interactions were positive. Elena often found herself defending humanity's right to a place among the stars, countering arguments about their youth and perceived aggression. During one particularly heated debate, an avian alien named Kriak screeched, "How can we trust a species that still wages war among themselves? They'll bring chaos to the galaxy." Elena stood her ground. "It's precisely because of our conflicts that we understand the value of peace. We've seen the cost of war, and that drives us to seek alternatives. Our history isn't just one of violence, but of remarkable cooperation in the face of adversity." She went on to describe how nations had set aside their differences to combat global threats, how international cooperation had led to the very spacecraft that brought them to the Council. As the deliberations stretched on, Elena and her crew worked tirelessly to demonstrate humanity's potential. They shared their art, music, and literature, showcasing the depth of human creativity. They presented their scientific advancements, emphasizing their commitment to ethical progress. Slowly but surely, opinions began to shift. The initial fear and dismissiveness gave way to cautious optimism. Humanity's adaptability, creativity, and determination, traits forged in the crucible of their challenging homeworld, were starting to be seen as assets rather than liabilities. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Zixel summoned Elena and her crew back to the Grand Chamber. The atmosphere was tense with anticipation as the Overseer addressed them. "Captain Rodriguez, crew of the Horizon, representatives of humanity," Zixel began, its voice resonating through the chamber. "We have deliberated long and hard on your petition to join the Galactic Council. Your species is young, volatile, and in many ways, unpredictable." Elena held her breath, preparing for rejection. But Zixel continued, "However, you have also demonstrated remarkable potential. Your adaptability, your drive to overcome challenges, and your capacity for both logic and emotion offer unique perspectives that could benefit our galactic community." A ripple of excitement passed through the human crew as they realized where this was heading. "Therefore, it is the decision of this council to extend an invitation to Earth to join our ranks, not as full members yet, but as probationary associates. You will be granted limited access to our knowledge and technology, and in return, we expect you to prove your commitment to peace and progress." Elena stepped forward, her voice thick with emotion. "Overseer, esteemed members of the Council, on behalf of humanity, we accept your invitation with gratitude and solemnity. We understand the trust you're placing in us, and we vow not to squander this opportunity." As the chamber erupted in a mix of approving trills, rumbles, and flashes of bioluminescence, Elena turned to her crew. Their faces reflected her own mix of joy, pride, and determination. Humanity had taken its first steps into a vast, complex galactic society. The road ahead would be challenging, but as they had always done, humans would adapt, learn, and strive to exceed expectations. The adventure was just beginning, and the stars themselves seemed to shine a little brighter with the promise of what was to come. The Deathworld Dilemma. 6 months had passed since humanity's introduction to the Galactic Council, and the initial excitement had given way to a complex dance of diplomacy, cultural exchange, and scientific collaboration. Captain Elena Rodriguez, now serving as Earth's primary liaison to the Council, found herself once again standing before the assembled alien representatives, this time to address growing concerns about humanity's home planet. Zixal, the overseer, called the session to order. Esteemed colleagues, we have convened today to discuss the matter of Earth, the human homeworld. Recent studies have revealed disturbing information. A holographic display flickered to life in the center of the chamber, showing a rotating image of Earth. Various data points highlighted regions of the planet, each accompanied by scrolling text. Dr. Lyrax, a gelatinous being known for their expertise in xenobiology, oozed forward. As you can see, Earth defies conventional categorization. Its gravity, atmospheric composition, temperature ranges, and biodiversity all exceed safe parameters for sentient life development. Murmurs of concern rippled through the assembly. Elena steeled herself, knowing what was coming. In short, Dr. Lyrax continued, their translucent body pulsing with agitation. Earth is what we classify as a death world. It's a miracle the humans survived to develop sapience, let alone achieve space travel. The chamber erupted into chaos. Some representatives called for the immediate quarantine of Earth, while others demanded that humans be confined to their solar system for the safety of the galaxy. Elena stepped forward, her voice cutting through the din. Esteemed members of the Council, I understand your concerns, but I ask you to consider this. It's precisely because of Earth's challenges that humanity has become what it is today. She gestured to the holographic display, which now showed scenes from Earth's history. Yes, our world is harsh. We face natural disasters, extreme climates, and a constantly changing environment. But these challenges have forged us into a species of innovators and problem solvers. Dr. Amit Patel, who had been analyzing the Council's data on Earth, joined Elena at the podium. If I may, I'd like to provide some context to these findings. At Zixal's nod, Amit began explaining how Earth's diverse environments had driven human adaptation and technological advancement. He spoke of how earthquakes led to better building techniques, how weather patterns spurred the development of advanced prediction models, and how the need to survive in various climates resulted in a wide range of technological innovations. Our harsh world didn't just allow us to survive. Amit concluded, it compelled us to thrive. Kriax, the avian alien who had been skeptical of humans from the start, screeched in protest. That's precisely the problem. You've evolved to overcome astronomical odds. Who knows what you're capable of if turned loose upon the galaxy? Elena faced Kriax directly. With all due respect, that's a possibility, not a certainty. We've also evolved to cooperate, to empathize, to seek peaceful solutions. Yes, we have the capacity for violence, but we also have the capacity for great kindness and self-sacrifice. She turned to address the entire assembly. Since joining this council, we've shared our art, our music, our literature. These aren't the creations of a species bent on destruction. They're expressions of our hopes, our dreams, our desire to understand and connect with others. A new voice joined the debate. Thrax, a silicon-based being known for their logical approach, spoke up. The human argument has merit. Their adaptability could be an asset in crisis situations. However, we cannot ignore the potential risks. Zixal's multifaceted eyes blinked rapidly, a sign of deep contemplation. Perhaps a demonstration is in order. Captain Rodriguez, would your people be willing to assist with a problem that has long plagued our galactic community? Elena nodded cautiously. We would be honored to help, Overseer. What did you have in mind? The holographic display shifted to show a barren, windswept planet. This is Novus Prime, a world we've long sought to terraform for colonization. However, its extreme conditions have thwarted all our efforts. If humans can apply their Deathworld expertise to make progress where we have failed, it would go a long way toward alleviating concerns about your species. Elena felt a surge of excitement. This was an opportunity to showcase humanity's problem-solving skills on a galactic stage. We accept your challenge, Overseer. Give us access to the data on Novus Prime, and we'll assemble a team of Earth's finest minds to tackle the problem. As the Council adjourned to allow for preparation, Elena huddled with Dr. Patel and the rest of the human delegation. "This is our chance to prove ourselves," she said, her eyes shining with determination. "Let's show the galaxy what humanity can do." Over the next few weeks, a team of Earth's top scientists, engineers, and environmental experts pored over the data on Novus Prime. They analyzed atmospheric compositions, geological surveys, and the results of previous terraforming attempts. Dr. Isabella Chen, a brilliant climatologist, noticed a pattern in the planet's volatile weather systems. "Look here," she pointed out to her colleagues. "The extreme wind patterns are caused by the interplay between the planet's rapid rotation and its twin moons. If we can use that energy." Meanwhile, Dr. Alejandro Reyes, an expert in extremophile organisms, proposed introducing genetically modified bacteria to jumpstart the terraforming process. "We've got microbes on Earth that survive in volcanic vents, acidic lakes, and even the vacuum of space. With some tweaking, we could create the perfect pioneers for Novus Prime." As the human team worked tirelessly, word of their efforts spread through the galactic community. Many were skeptical, but others watched with growing interest. The humans' approach was unorthodox, combining technologies and techniques in ways the Council races had never considered. Finally, after months of preparation, the day of the demonstration arrived. The Council chamber was packed, with many additional observers attending virtually. Elena stood before them, flanked by her team of experts. "Esteemed members of the Council," she began, "we present to you our proposal for the terraforming of Novus Prime." The holographic display came to life, showing a step-by-step simulation of the human plan. It involved a combination of orbital mirrors to regulate solar input, genetically engineered extremophiles to begin atmospheric transformation, and massive wind turbines that would harness the planet's fierce storms to power the terraforming equipment. As the presentation concluded, Elena addressed the stunned silence. "We don't just survive on our Deathworld. We learn from it. Every challenge Earth has thrown at us has been an opportunity to grow, to innovate. Now, we offer that same spirit of innovation to you, our galactic neighbors." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of debate. Some council members were impressed by the ingenuity of the plan, while others remained wary of its ambitious scope. Zixal raised an appendage for silence. "This is unprecedented. The scope of your plan and the speed with which you developed it are remarkable. However, the true test will be in its implementation." Kriax fluffed his feathers agitatedly. "And what if it fails? What if their meddling makes Novus Prime even more inhospitable?" Dr. Paddle stepped forward. "With respect, Council Member Kriax, failure is always a possibility in science, but it's also how we learn and improve. We're not asking you to blindly trust us. We're asking for the chance to work alongside you, to combine our Deathworld perspective with your advanced technology and vast experience." A ripple of approval passed through the chamber. Even some of the more skeptical council members seemed swayed by this display of humility and collaboration. Zixal's multifaceted eyes gleamed. "Very well. We will establish a joint task force to oversee the implementation of this terraforming plan. Humans will work alongside council experts every step of the way." Elena felt a surge of pride and relief. It wasn't full acceptance, but it was a start. "Thank you, Overseer. We won't let you down." As the council session adjourned, Elena and her team were swarmed by curious alien scientists, eager to discuss the finer points of their proposal. The atmosphere had shifted from one of suspicion to cautious optimism. Dr. Lyrax approached Alina, their gelatinous form rippling with what she had learned to recognize as excitement. "Captain Rodriguez, I must admit, I had my doubts about your species. But this is truly impressive. Perhaps we've been too quick to dismiss the potential benefits of evolving on a challenging world." Alina smiled. "Thank you, Dr. Lyrax. We're just getting started. I have a feeling humanity and the Council will have much to learn from each other in the years to come." As she looked around the chamber at the mingling humans and aliens, Alina felt a sense of hope. The road ahead would be challenging, but humanity had proven once again that they could rise to the occasion. Their Deathworld origins, once seen as a liability, were becoming their greatest strength in this new galactic age. The Novus Prime project was just the beginning. As humanity continued to demonstrate their unique problem-solving abilities and adaptability, perceptions within the galactic community slowly began to shift. The species forged in the crucible of Earth were no longer seen merely as potential threats, but as valuable allies in facing the unknown challenges of the cosmos. The Proxima Incident. As the Novus Prime terraforming project progressed, humanity's standing in the galactic community steadily improved. Their unorthodox approaches and rapid problem-solving had earned them respect, if not full trust, from many council races. However, the true test of humanity's place among the stars was yet to come. Captain Alina Rodriguez stood on the observation deck of Starbase Harmony, a joint human-alien facility orbiting Earth. She gazed at the blue marble of her homeworld, marveling at how much had changed in the 2 years since first contact. Her contemplation was interrupted by an urgent call. "Captain Rodriguez, your presence is required in the emergency briefing room immediately." Alina hurried through the station's curved corridors, her mind racing. When she arrived, she found a tense gathering of human and alien officials, including Dr. Amit Patil and Zixal, the overseer of the Galactic Council. Zixal's multifaceted eyes flickered with concern. "Captain, we face a crisis in the Proxima Centauri system. A massive solar flare from Proxima Centauri has destabilized the orbit of Proxima, the Earth-like exoplanet we've been preparing for colonization." A holographic display sprang to life, showing the Proxima Centauri system. Proxima's orbit was clearly erratic, spiraling dangerously close to its star. Dr. Lyrax, the gelatinous xenobiologist, oozed forward. "If we don't stabilize the planet's orbit within the next 72 hours, it will be torn apart by tidal forces or crash into the star. Centuries of terraforming work will be undone, and a promising new home for millions will be lost." Alina frowned. "Why call me for this? Surely the Council has more advanced technology to handle such a situation." Zixal's appendages twitched, and what Alina had learned was a sign of embarrassment. "Our standard protocols are insufficient for a crisis of this magnitude. We need unconventional thinking. We need human ingenuity." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Humanity, the newcomers, the Deathworlders, were being called upon to save a project of immense galactic importance. Alina squared her shoulders. "We'll need all available data on the Proxima system, access to the Council's most advanced chips, and a direct line to Earth's top scientists and engineers." Zixal nodded. "You shall have it all. But remember, Captain, failure is not an option. The fate of Proxima will greatly influence the Council's view of humanity's role in galactic affairs." As the briefing concluded, Alina pulled Dr. Patel aside. "Amit, we need options. Crazy, out-of-the-box ideas. Anything that might work." Amit's eyes gleamed with the thrill of the challenge. "I'll assemble a team and start brainstorming immediately." Over the next few hours, Alina coordinated with Earth, while Amit led a diverse team of human and alien experts in a frantic search for solutions. Ideas were proposed and discarded rapid fire. Gravity tractors, massive thrusters, even attempts to physically move the planet. 20 hours into the crisis, a junior engineer named Maya Okafor timidly raised her hand. What if we don't try to move the planet at all?" The room fell silent. Maya, encouraged by the attention, continued. Look, we can't overcome the star's gravity directly. But what if we use it instead? If we could position a series of large masses in precise orbits around Proxima Centauri, we could create a gravitational resonance that stabilizes Proxima's orbit. Dr. Exik, a tentacled physicist, waved his appendages excitedly. Brilliant, a gravitational slingshot on a stellar scale. But where would we get masses large enough? Amit snapped his fingers. The Oort cloud. Proxima Centauri must have its own version. We could redirect comets and dwarf planets. The room erupted in excited chatter as the team began to refine the plan. Elena quickly relayed the idea to the council, who grudgingly approved the unorthodox approach. With the clock ticking, a fleet of ships was dispatched to the Proxima Centauri system. Human pilots, trained to navigate Earth's treacherous weather systems, proved invaluable in maneuvering through the chaos of the destabilized star system. Elena found herself aboard the flagship, coordinating the effort. As they approached Proxima Centauri, the star's furious surface filled the view screen, its angry red glow a constant reminder of the stakes they faced. "First team, report," Elena called out, her voice tense. "Team 1 here," came the response. "We've secured the first dwarf planet and are moving it into position." Over the next grueling hours, Elena watched as human and alien crews worked in perfect synchronization. Massive chunks of ice and rock were carefully maneuvered into precise orbits, each one a crucial piece in the gravitational puzzle they were constructing. As the deadline approached, Proxima's orbit continued to deteriorate. Stress levels rose, and tempers flared. But through it all, the human-led team pressed on, making split-second adjustments and daring course corrections. With less than an hour to spare, the final piece was put into place. The bridge of Elena's ship fell silent as they watched a holographic display, showing Proxima's orbit. For a heart-stopping moment, nothing seemed to change. Then, slowly but surely, the planet's erratic spiral began to stabilize. A cheer erupted across the fleet as Proxima settled into a new, stable orbit. Exhausted but elated, Elena opened a channel to Starbase Harmony. "Overseer Zixal, I'm pleased to report that Proxima has been stabilized. The planet is safe." Zixal's voice crackled over the comm, filled with a mix of relief and awe. "Remarkable, Captain. Truly remarkable. You and your team have accomplished what many thought impossible." As the fleet began their journey home, Elena reflected on what they had achieved. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge yet in the galactic community and had risen to the occasion spectacularly. Upon their return, the heroes of the Proxima incident were met with a grand reception. Aliens of all species crowded the docking bay, cheering and expressing their gratitude in a cacophony of languages. In a formal ceremony, Zixal addressed the assembled dignitaries. "Today we have witnessed the true potential of our newest allies. The humans have proven that their unique perspective, born from their challenging homeworld, is not a liability but a tremendous asset to our galactic community." Elena stepped forward to accept a ceremonial token of appreciation, a crystalline sculpture that seemed to capture the light of 1,000 stars. As she held it up, she spoke not just to the assembled crowd, but to all of humanity watching the broadcast back on Earth. "This victory belongs not just to our team, but to every human who has ever faced adversity and chosen to innovate rather than submit. Our history on Earth prepared us for this moment, and we stand ready to face whatever challenges the galaxy may bring, side by side with our new allies." The ceremony concluded with an announcement that sent ripples of excitement through the human delegation. In light of their contributions, Earth was being granted full member status in the Galactic Council, years ahead of schedule. As the celebrations continued around her, Elena found a quiet moment with Dr. Patel and Maya Okafor, the junior engineer whose idea had saved Proxima. "Well done, both of you," Elena said warmly. "Maya, your insight was crucial. Never stop thinking outside the box." Maya beamed with pride. "Thank you, Captain. I just kept thinking about how we deal with hurricanes back on Earth. Sometimes you can't stop a force of nature, but you can redirect it." Amit chuckled. "And that, my friends, is the essence of human ingenuity. We don't just survive our challenges, we learn from them and grow stronger." As they looked out at the stars visible through the station's massive windows, Alina felt a sense of profound optimism. Humanity had taken its first great leap into the cosmic arena and had not only survived but thrived. The galaxy was vast and full of wonders, and humanity was now poised to explore it all, carrying with them the resilience and creativity forged in the crucible of Earth. The Proxima incident would go down in history as the moment when humanity truly proved its worth to the galactic community. But for Alina and her team, it was just the beginning. New challenges and adventures awaited, and they were ready to face them head-on, with the indomitable spirit that had carried their species from the savannas of Africa to the stars themselves. The ancient threat. 5 years had passed since the Proxima incident, and humanity's integration into the galactic community had progressed at an astonishing pace. Earth had become a hub of interstellar commerce and cultural exchange, while human ingenuity continued to tackle challenges across the galaxy. Admiral Alina Rodriguez, recently promoted due to her exemplary leadership, stood before the Galactic Council. The chamber, once a place of suspicion and doubt towards humans, now welcomed her as a respected equal. However, the atmosphere today was tense. Zixal, the overseer, called the session to order with an urgency Alina had never before witnessed. "Esteemed members of the Council," Zixal began, multifaceted eyes blinking rapidly, "we face a threat unlike any in living memory. Our deep space sensors have detected the return of the Void Harbingers." A collective gasp echoed through the chamber. Alina looked around, puzzled by the reaction. Sensing her confusion, Dr. Lyrax, now a close alien friend, oozed closer to explain. "The Void Harbingers are an ancient race, Admiral," Lyrax whispered. "They nearly wiped out all sentient life in the galaxy eons ago. Our oldest records speak of their terrible power and inscrutable motives." Zixal continued, "The Harbingers were thought to be extinct, or at least dormant. Their return threatens everything we have built. Our standard defensive protocols are useless against their advanced technology." The holographic display at the center of the chamber flickered to life, showing a massive obsidian structure emerging from a swirling nebula. Its surface seemed to absorb light, creating an unsettling void in space. "This is the Harbinger Vanguard," Zixal explained. "It's heading towards the Arcturus system. If it's not stopped, billions will perish." Alina stood, her mind racing. "Overseer, what do we know about the Harbingers? Their weaknesses, their goals?" An avian alien Alina recognized as Kriax, once skeptical of humans, but now an ally, squawked in frustration. "That's just it, human. We know almost nothing. Our ancestors barely survived their last incursion. All we have are fragments of information, most of which seem more like myths than facts." Alina's brow furrowed in thought. "Then we need to gather information, and fast. Overseer, I propose a reconnaissance mission. A small, agile team to infiltrate the Harbinger Vanguard and gather critical intelligence." Murmurs of surprise and skepticism rippled through the chamber. Zixal's appendages twitched nervously. "Admiral Rodriguez, what you're suggesting is incredibly dangerous. No one has ever successfully infiltrated Harbinger technology and returned." Alina smiled grimly. "No one except humans has ever evolved on a Deathworld, either. We're uniquely suited for this kind of high-risk, high-reward operation. Give us a chance." After heated debate, the Council reluctantly agreed. Alina quickly assembled a diverse team. Dr. Amit Patel for his scientific expertise, Maya Okafor, now a seasoned engineer, for her out-of-the-box thinking, and a handful of Earth's most elite Special Forces operatives. The team also included several alien specialists. Zix, a Vexeri capable of phasing through solid matter, and Tikal, an Aetherian with advanced psionic abilities. This unlikely group represented the best chance for success against an enemy shrouded in mystery. As they prepared for departure aboard the stealth ship Shadowdancer, Elena addressed her team. "I won't sugarcoat this. We're heading into unknown territory against an enemy that nearly wiped out all sentient life. But remember, humanity has faced extinction-level threats before. It's in our blood, in our history. We don't just survive. We thrive in the face of adversity. Let's show the galaxy what we're made of." The journey to the Arcturus system was tense. As they approached, the massive Harbinger ship loomed before them, a void in the starred expanse. Maya's modifications to their stealth systems, inspired by deep-sea creatures on Earth, allowed them to slip past the Harbinger's outer defenses undetected. Using Zix's phasing abilities, the team infiltrated the colossal structure. Inside, they found an alien environment that defied conventional physics. Gravity shifted unpredictably, and corridors seemed to rearrange themselves at will. "It's like the ship is alive," Dr. Patel murmured, his sensors struggling to make sense of the environment. As they delved deeper, they encountered autonomous defense systems unlike anything they'd seen before. The human operatives' training in Earth's varied and treacherous environments proved invaluable, allowing them to adapt quickly to the ever-changing threats. Tikal, using his psionic abilities, sensed a central chamber. "There's something there. A presence. Ancient. Vast. It's calling to me." Guided by Tikal's psychic impressions, the team made their way to what appeared to be the heart of the ship. There, suspended in a field of dark energy, they found something unexpected. A being that looked almost human. The entity's eyes snapped open, glowing with an otherworldly light. When it spoke, its voice resonated directly in their minds. "Ah, the children return. How you've grown." Elena stepped forward, her hand instinctively on her weapon. "Who? What are you?" The being's form shifted, taking on characteristics of various alien races before settling back into a humanoid shape. "I am the last of the precursors, those you call harbingers. We seeded life throughout this galaxy, nurturing it, guiding it. But our creation grew beyond our control, turning on us, nearly wiping us out." Dr. Patel's eyes widened in realization. "You're saying, you created us? All of us?" The precursor nodded. "In a manner of speaking. We set the stage for evolution, but you grew far beyond our initial designs. Especially you, humans. You were our final experiment, left to develop on a world far harsher than any other." Elena's mind reeled at the implications. But why return now? Why threaten the galaxy? "To test you," the precursor replied. "To see if you, our final creation, could overcome the flaws that doomed your predecessors. The Arcturus system was never in danger. This was all a simulation." The team exchanged shocked glances. Maya spoke up, her voice trembling slightly. "A test. You threatened billions of lives for a test." The precursor's form rippled. "The threat was necessary to provoke a genuine response. Your actions here, your willingness to risk everything to save others, your adaptability and ingenuity, you have proven yourselves worthy." Elena felt a mix of anger and awe. Worthy of what exactly? "Of inheriting our legacy," the precursor said. "Our time is past. We will fade away, but not before sharing our knowledge with those who have earned it. You, humans, with your unique adaptability and your bond with other sentient species, shall be the guardians of this galaxy." A stream of information suddenly flooded their minds. Advanced technologies, the secrets of cosmic engineering, cures for diseases thought incurable. The sheer volume of knowledge was overwhelming. As the team struggled to process this influx of information, the precursor's form began to fade. "Use this knowledge wisely. Protect and nurture life, as we once did. The galaxy is in your hands now." With a flash of light, the precursor vanished, and the massive ship around them began to power down. Emergency systems engage, guiding the shadow dancer safely out before the structure began to disintegrate. As they watched the Harbinger ship dissolve into stardust, Elena and her team sat in stunned silence. They had embarked on a mission to save the galaxy and returned with the key to its future. "So," Maya said, breaking the silence, "how exactly do we explain this to the Council?" Elena laughed, a sound tinged with both hysteria and wonder. "I have no idea. But I do know one thing. The galaxy will never be the same again. And humanity will be at the forefront of whatever comes next." As the Shadow Dancer set course back to Council space, Elena gazed out at the stars. The weight of responsibility settled on her shoulders, but with it came a sense of incredible possibility. Humanity had not just found its place in the cosmos. It had been handed the torch of cosmic stewardship. The journey that had begun with a single faster-than-light flight from Earth had led them to this moment. Now, the real adventure was about to begin. Humanity unleashed. The return of Admiral Elena Rodriguez and her team to Council space marked the beginning of a new era for the galaxy. As news of their encounter with the precursor spread, the initial shock and disbelief gave way to a mixture of excitement and apprehension about the future. The Galactic Council chamber, once a place of measured debate, now buzzed with frenetic energy as representatives from every member species gathered to discuss the implications of humanity's newfound role. Elena stood before the assembly, flanked by her team, and facing a sea of alien faces. The weight of responsibility pressed heavily upon her as she prepared to address the council. Zixal, the overseer, called for order. "Admiral Rodriguez, we have reviewed your mission logs and the preliminary data you've provided. The implications are staggering. Please, enlighten us further on what this means for our galactic community." Elena took a deep breath. "Esteemed members of the Council, the knowledge bestowed upon us by the precursor is vast and complex. Dr. Patel and his team have only begun to scratch the surface, but what we've discovered so far promises to revolutionize every aspect of our civilization." She gestured, and a holographic display sprang to life, showcasing glimpses of advanced technologies and scientific concepts that pushed the boundaries of known physics. However, Elena continued, her voice firm, "We must proceed with caution. This knowledge is a gift, but it's also a tremendous responsibility. Humanity proposes a collaborative approach, working alongside all Council races to understand and implement these advancements for the benefit of all." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of voices. Some expressed enthusiasm for this new frontier of discovery, while others voiced concerns about humanity's sudden elevation to cosmic stewards. Kriax, the avian alien who had once been skeptical of humans, squawked for attention. "And why should we trust humans with this power? Your species is young, prone to conflict. How do we know you won't use this knowledge for your own gain?" Elena met his gaze steadily. "Council member Kriax, your concern is valid. We are young, and our history is not without conflict. But it's precisely these challenges that have prepared us for this role. We've learned from our mistakes, and we understand the devastating consequences of misusing power." She paused, looking around the chamber. "Moreover, we recognize that we cannot and should not bear this responsibility alone. We're proposing the formation of a new joint committee, the Galactic Innovation and Ethics Board. This board will oversee the study and application of precursor knowledge, with representatives from all Council races." Dr. Amit Patel stepped forward. "If I may add, the precursor technology seems to respond uniquely to human neural patterns. We believe this is due to our evolution on a high-stress planet. However, we've also discovered that other species can interface with the technology through human intermediaries. In essence, we're uniquely suited to unlock this knowledge. But we need the wisdom and expertise of all races to fully understand and responsibly implement it." The debate raged for days. Proposals were made, argued over, and refined. Throughout it all, Elena and her team worked tirelessly, demonstrating humanity's commitment to cooperation and ethical progress. Finally, a consensus was reached. The Galactic Innovation and Ethics Board would be established, with humanity playing a central but not dominant role. The first order of business would be addressing pressing issues facing the galactic community. Over the following months, breakthroughs came at an astonishing pace. A revolutionary propulsion system, inspired by the way tardigrades survive in extreme conditions on Earth, allowed for near-instantaneous travel across the galaxy. Advanced terraforming techniques, drawing on humanity's experience with Earth's varied biomes, accelerated the restoration of damaged ecosystems on countless worlds. A new form of energy generation, based on the principles that allowed deep-sea creatures to thrive near hydrothermal vents, provided clean, unlimited power to even the most remote colonies. Medical advancements, inspired by the regenerative abilities of Earth organisms like axolotls, led to cures for diseases that had plagued alien species for millennia. But it wasn't just technological advancements that humanity brought to the galactic stage. Their adaptability, creativity, and resilience began to influence alien cultures in profound ways. Maya Okafor, now heading a cross-species innovation think tank, introduced brainstorming techniques and collaborative problem-solving methods that revolutionized how the galactic community approached challenges. Dr. Patel's team made breakthroughs in xenobiology by applying principles from Earth's biodiversity, leading to a deeper understanding of alien physiologies and the development of new medical treatments. Even human arts and culture began to spread, with alien species finding new forms of expression inspired by Earth's diverse traditions. Interstellar cultural festivals became common, celebrating the unique contributions of each species while fostering a sense of galactic unity. However, this new era was not without its challenges. Some fringe groups, both human and alien, feared the rapid changes and sought to cling to old ways. There were attempts to steal or misuse precursor technology, requiring constant vigilance from the newly formed Galactic Security Force. Moreover, the knowledge left by the precursors hinted at threats lurking in the dark spaces between galaxies, ancient dangers that might one day threaten not just their galaxy, but the entire universe. 5 years after the encounter with the precursor, Admiral Elena Rodriguez stood on the observation deck of Unity Station, a massive space habitat at the heart of Council space. The station was a testament to the new era of cooperation, its very structure a blend of technologies and designs from dozens of species. As she gazed out at the bustling space lanes, ships of all shapes and sizes darting between gleaming worlds, Elena reflected on the journey that had brought them here. "Quite a view, isn't it?" a voice said behind her. Elena turned to see Zixel, the overseer, gliding towards her on a gravity platform. "It never gets old," Elena replied with a smile. "Sometimes I still can't believe how far we've come." Zixel's multifaceted eyes twinkled. "Indeed, when your species first joined us, many doubted you would survive, let alone thrive. Yet here we are, standing at the dawn of a new golden age, thanks in no small part to humanity's contributions." Elena nodded, her expression turning serious. "We've made great strides, but there's still so much to do. The threats the precursors warned about, the challenges of managing our expanding civilization. And that, Admiral," Zixal interrupted gently, "is why the galaxy needs humanity. Your species doesn't just face challenges, you relish them. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. That pioneering spirit, tempered by the wisdom of the galactic community, is our greatest asset moving forward." As if to emphasize Zixal's point, an alert chimed on Elena's communicator. A new anomaly had been detected at the edge of charted space, a swirling vortex of dark energy that defied known physics. Elena felt a familiar surge of excitement, a new mystery to unravel, a new frontier to explore. She glanced at Zixal, who nodded in understanding. "Duty calls," Elena said with a grin. "Care to join us on this one, Overseer? I have a feeling we might need that famous Spexeri insight of yours." Zixal's body shimmered with what Elena had come to recognize as enthusiasm. "I thought you'd never ask, Admiral." Let's see what wonders, or challenges, await us out there. As they strode towards the launch bay, Alina felt a sense of profound optimism. The galaxy was vast and full of unknowns, but humanity was no longer facing it alone. They had found their place among the stars, not as conquerors or mere survivors, but as innovators, problem solvers, and bridge builders. The adventure that had begun with humanity's first tentative steps into space had led them here, to the threshold of cosmic stewardship, and now, with allies at their side and the legacy of the precursors to guide them, they were ready to write the next chapter in the grand story of galactic civilization. As the sleek exploration vessel lifted off, carrying a diverse crew of humans and aliens towards the unknown, Alina knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together. For in unlocking the potential of humanity, they had unleashed the true power of unity, a force more potent than any technology, capable of illuminating even the darkest corners of the cosmos. The stars beckoned, and humanity, alongside their galactic family, was ready to answer the call.